Yo, how's it going, guys? Hope you're all good. And today we're back with another BPRL round. We're sat on the grid here. This was just to explain that both my quali laps, I kind of forgot to press the record button on my camera, so we don't have them. Yeah. So as you can see, all the cars just filing into position, and looks like they're ready to go. Actually, another thing you can see in the background, like that there's some lights on in the back of the video. In the top right where it says formation lap, and I really hate having them on because they just make the video look shitty. So at this point I was like, shit, the lights are on. So I got up out of my seat, went to go and turn them off, as you'll see any second now. But once again I've gone and overjudged how much I'll actually be speaking, so spoke too soon. So there you can see the lights on there, and I get up now and turn them off. But I get back in my seat, and as you can see, I missed the light sequence like an absolute donkey, and almost spin it into the wall for good measure. So from 9th place, I'm already down into 10th, or was it 8th place? I don't know. But we're down into 10th. We're going to look around the outside of Simon, but it's not quite going to work out, so we're just going to slot back into 10th. And at this point, I'm being absolutely swallowed up by the pack. Checo's gone past. Matteo and Luke has spun off my rear into the barrier, which was a massive shame for him, for his race to be over on lap 1, like out of turn 3. Sorry about that. I mean, there really wasn't much I could do. I was literally just trying to go keep in the middle of the track so people could overtake me, but it just didn't work out. So yep, we're going up into the middle sector now, and we're going to go up the inside of Checo to take the outside on this corner. And up ahead, the manners have collided. Matteo has been spat off into the barrier. I think Simon had a bit of oversteer there or something. So, it's a bit of a shame for Matteo. But, the phone is actually ringing again downstairs, but you probably can't hear it this time. I think that's quite funny. But, yeah, at the end of lap 1, we fell down quite a lot. But now we're back up to 11th, so it could have been worse. But, we'll take that, as we've got Callum Smith all over our arsehole. What's going to happen here? Is he going to run it up our inside? No, he is not. So we're going to keep that position. And the top 5 are starting to get away. And Brandon is already creating a massive train, like Brandon style. I think he's on the hard tyres. Oh, and something's happened up ahead. That is Saban and Callum. Oh, Callum. They've had a coming together. I can tell you that was Callum. He got on the curb on the inside of turn 3. It spat him into the wall, then he spat him back across the track into Saban. So really unlucky. But we'll take those 2 positions, and up ahead you can really see Brandon and the Force India Connor fighting, and that is holding the pack up, an absolute treat. So the top 3 are getting away massively. So at this point, I knew I was quicker than probably quite a few of the cars in this train. So I was just thinking about picking them off one by one. So obviously the first target is Checo, and looks like we're going to get a nice run on him through, but immediately we've gone slightly wide through the final corner, missed the apex, but we're still going to be able to get the run on Checo up the hill. So yep, looks like this one will be a done deal into turn 1. But then up ahead, yellow flag, what's this? Boom! Connor has retired from the session. Don't know what happened there. I think it was a collision with Brandon, like got spat into the wall, so GG contact model. But I got an illegal overtake on Checo, and usually I would have kind of just not let him through, but because it was an obvious one, I let him through back on that one. But I've let Callum through as well, and I've damaged part of my front wing on the rear of his car, which was really stupid from me, and it's going to completely ruin the rest of my first stint. But moving on to the end of lap 3, we've got a run on Callum, and Callum's got a run on Checo. He's not quite going to try anything, but they're both going to slide wide. I'm going to park it on both apexes, try and cross the line out of turn 3. And Checo goes on the inside for some reason. Callum goes slightly wide to avoid him, and I'm going to get a really nice run on Callum into turn 4. Yep, that's a done move, which is pretty nice. Got on the curb slightly there, maybe cut the corner, but we will ignore that. But onto the end of lap 4. Callum now is in my DRS, and he is probably going to overtake me. We will see what happens. Into the braking zone. He's nice and late on the brakes. I give him a bit of space, and for him that's job done. and I don't think we're going to get back through on that one. So that's currently 6th place gone, which is a bit of a shame, but with that front wing damage there wasn't really much point trying to fight that. I was losing time, and we're going to come into the pits at the end of lap 7 to chuck on some hard tyres. And a cheeky little front wing change there, obviously for the damage, which is a bit annoying. So all the cars I'd started to jump in the pits, I started to unjump, you know what I mean? So we're going to be coming out in 10th, 11th, 12th place, wow. So we pitted from like 6th or 5th I think, and we've come out in 12th, which wasn't amazing. With that front wing change I would have been easily in front of Taro and Simon, and probably ahead of the car that was ahead of him. I think I was a Sedan as well. So on to lap 9, we've caught up Simon slightly, and he's going slightly wide through these apexes in the middle of the sector. So we're going to try and line him up for a move into the final corner, or maybe up the hill, but we're going to back out of that one into the final corner. We're just going to stick behind him and see what happens up the hill. So as you can see, he's missed the apex, so I'm going to get a really nice run on him, chuck it up into Rich. That's Millsy's car, just completely binned it on the side, so unlucky to him, but that's going to give us 1 place, and we're maybe going to get another one on Simon here, as we're going to dive up the inside, late on the brakes, get on the first apex really nicely, second apex as well, and it looks like we've got that move done and dusted. But coming on to lap 11, we still hadn't managed to shake Simon off, and this time he's going to have a DRS, so we're going to take an inside line, we're going to defend from him, but he's going to go around the outside. I'm going to be slightly later on the brakes and get right at the apex. So at this point we're side by side through turns 1, 2 and 3, which was pretty incredible. Like on this game I hadn't really managed to do that with anyone because of the contact model. But creds to Simon there. What's going to happen? No, nothing's going to happen at turn 4. But yeah, Simon's got a lot of shit from other people for like getting in crashes and not driving amazingly this season, but this battle was probably one of my favourites I've had through the whole season. So yeah, as the phone's ringing again, but we're just going to ignore that time, as Simon's again going to try run out outside, but we're going to hold that one off once more. But this time he's going to get a better run than us out through turn 3, and he's going to have a DRS, so he's going to try and slide it up our inside into turn 4. This reminds me very much of season 3. I'm going to touch a side pod, and the game's going to put us out both wide. We're going to come back onto the track, no dramas, maybe even lost like a second there. And this time we're coming from very far back, but we're still on the got the DRS, so this time we're going to make a very late lunge into turn 1, going to keep it on the apex. This reminds me of Hamilton and Barrichello, but that time I can't get past him, so but this time I'm going to get a DRS down towards turn 4 as well. So I'm going to try the move up the inside, boom, job done. Made the apex. Simon's going to hang it around the outside, but I don't think he's quite going to have this one. No, so it looks like that's job done from our side. Lap 14 now, and the battle is still not quite over. But this time, Simon's got the DRS, but he doesn't really manage to get any part of his car alongside. So at this point, the battle is more or less done. Really fun little battle, although it did, looking at the timings, it did really slow us both down quite a lot. I think we probably lost a good 5 or 6 seconds in that, but never mind. It was fun anyway, and on to lap 15 now. Yep, so yeah, we're on. Don't know why lap 15 was in there, but yeah, on to lap 17. Taro's going to go really slow, no idea why, so we'll overtake him, no problems. And I was slightly worried there because it happened in Spa as well. Like last time Taro went slow and I overtook him, it turned out disconnected. But we're going to pit on this lap, and as you can see, we've got a puncture entering the pits. So that was on lap 27 we entered the pits, and I didn't actually, ever since that battle with Simon, I didn't actually check my my tyres. So that was really lucky. Like the strategy worked out perfectly there. This was kind of annoying because I thought I could go on options at the end. Like, I was being told in the lobby that you couldn't do prime option, like the mandatory tyre was the medium. So that was a bit annoying. So I might have been able to catch Callum ahead, and there I just get a massive tank slapper trying to break into that corner of turn 7. So yeah, this point it's all about trying to catch Callum in front and we've got Saban charging from behind, and going to try and defend from him. And he's going to try and put it up or inside there into turn 5, but he's going to get a slight spin. And I carried on because I didn't really think it was my fault. My whole car was ahead of his whole car. So yeah, I carried on. And that's us across the line in 7th place. Pretty bog standard race. Could have been a bit higher up, but never mind. So that was Sam in first, taking the fight to Abu Dhabi. Sinan second, Sittle third, Checo fourth. Then Josh Bond, Callum Smith, me, some other people which I didn't see. And here's the championship table. Sinan on 241 and Sam on 227. So the title permutations will be up on the league's Twitter page at some point. So, but the bigger fight, which I'm sure you're all much more interested in, is the fight for 7th in the championship between Luke, myself, Josh Bond, Jamie, and you could probably say Aaron Malloy as well after that result. So that's 5 drivers separated by 16 points. 18 points, my bad. So anything could happen as we enter Abu Dhabi, and join us in a few days' time for the duel in the desert. Boom.